So I've used a rather irregular curve just to show how this works in a better light. I have two NURBS curves, and I'm just going to use duplicate along a path, and I'm just chosen arbitrary iterations, and 40. This is just to set my spacing for the upper part of the curtain. I'm going to use this pattern to pick off points. I'm going to use a NURBS curve with the second one. I think that's control point. Need to disable that little option there, otherwise it'll go to the layer plane. And just pick off my points. Now that I have the curve I want, I'm going to duplicate it and move it up 10. This is more or less for the header. Then I'll duplicate this one. I'm going to drop it 100. Everything here is just arbitrary points. Now, if you're happy with just this, which is quite simple, you can just loft these together and it will give you something rudimentary. But for a more realistic effect, I like to pick the bottom curve and just arbitrarily move points around, more or less broaden because it tends to widen at the bottom, but move them anyway, just to give them a random effect. And this, when you loft these curves together, it gives you a more realistic look. This is called matched curves. They will always loft together as long as you start with one curve and modify it. If you go back to the original curve, you can put a little circle in there and use extrude along a path to create a spine. Same path again, we can use offset duplicate. Because it's a NURBS curve at flat, offset duplicate will work. And then loft together and use the shell tool to create a, I don't know what you would call it, a box, I suppose, that supports the curtain. Pop it back in and there you go, got a curtain.